Do I think social media is a bad thing? In my opinion, yes. Now, I don't think social media is completely a bad thing, but it's pretty much more bad than it is good. First off, I can't tell you how many people I've seen look at an attractive person or celebrity on social media and say things out loud like, I wish I looked like them, I wish I had that body, I'm so ugly compared to them. And you could say that's their problem and they're just too insecure. But if you thought of yourself in a bad way and you were at home going on social media just trying to relax and saw a bunch of people on Instagram that you thought were more attractive than you and saw a bunch of people in the comment section thirsting over them while you're alone with your thoughts of insecurity, you probably wouldn't feel so good either. Social media has tricked a lot of people, mostly women, into thinking they have to have some amazing body or model looking face to be pretty or even to be loved. We see every day social media promoting all these models and celebrities that have amazing bodies and genetically blessed looks, and it makes young women think that having these traits are a social norm, and some women might even think that they have to have these traits to be accepted by men. But I'm not saying promoting models or celebrities that have nice bodies or good features is a bad thing, but it becomes a bad thing when you only promote and show those types of women with amazing traits. Until just recently, you would never find a female on social media or even in a magazine or on a billboard if they didn't have a skinny body or a beautiful face. And it sucks that it's taken so long for this to change. Social media has been around since the early 2000s, and until recently, 90% of the things being promoted have been body negativity, drugs being glorified, violence, and more. This is the next thing I'm going to be talking about: violence and drugs being glorified. We see it all the time being promoted to kids and teenagers through music online, social media stories, etc. And you could say they shouldn't be influenced so easily and they should know right from wrong. But the thing is, this stuff is being promoted to people who haven't even been through enough life or aren't even old enough to know right from wrong. And you could say that's the parents' problem for not teaching them at an early age. But the reality is, in Gen Z, a lot of parents aren't teaching their kids at an early age. And even if they do, there's still a lot of kids out there who don't listen to their parents or have a bad family life. And those kids who are in those circumstances are the same kids who will run to social media influencers, artists, and maybe even their friends and look at what they're doing and will most likely start doing the same things. And in some cases, those things are drugs, violence, or just flat out bad behavior. You can also say that this is just a case of them having bad friends and it has nothing to do with social media. But the thing is, in some cases, those quote unquote bad friends probably got into those bad things from social media themselves, and then it goes on to continue pretty much an endless cycle. I know how it is because I went through pretty much the same thing. I got influence from social media and people online myself and started smoking weed and nicotine like heavily. I've since then quit one of those things, but I'm still addicted to the other to this day. I've also got influence in the past from social media and violent music at a young age. I didn't have a great upbringing, you could say, so what I saw online was a big influence to me at the time. I became a violent, just disrespectful kid who just tried to act tough because I wanted to be and act like the people I saw online and the rappers I was listening to. I've changed since then and became a better person and realized that wasn't who I was, but a lot of people aren't as smart as me in that way, and it could lead these people that are influenced by this kind of stuff down a dark path. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that type of music because I still listen to that stuff to this day, to be honest. But the real problem is this stuff is being promoted to legit kids. And when you're at that young of an age, that's the easiest time for people to be influenced by just about anything they see. And a good amount of kids will take what they're seeing seriously and not just see it as entertainment. This brings us to our last topic of the video: porn. We've all probably watched it at some point in our life, and most of us probably discovered it at an early age in grade school. It's something that is promoted so much nowadays on social media. We go on Instagram and TikTok and we see people promoting their OnlyFans. We go on Twitter, an app that allows nudity and porn on there, and it's pretty much a porn haven for teenagers, etc. And if you're a teenager in Gen Z or have any sort of friends, then you know how popular it's become to look at that stuff and how normalized masturbation is. I think everybody knows how easy it is to find this stuff on social media and how popular it's become to do this stuff. But what are the downsides of watching porn and masturbation? First off, and this strictly goes towards the men here, but masturbation could give you low testosterone, and low testosterone could lead you towards a countless amount of problems later in your life, such as hair loss, obesity, reduced sex drive, feeling tired all the time, etc. And there's plenty more things I can name, but moral of the story is, just don't fucking masturbate. Like, it's not needed. Just don't do it. Your life will be way easier if you don't, alright? Just take the advice, okay? And there's like a million more reasons I could give on why social media isn't an overall great thing, but I think these problems I've stated in the video are a few of the most important ones. And if I took the time to like name all the reasons that I personally don't think social media is overall a great thing, then this video would probably be like 2 hours long, so I'll just leave it off here. But here's a few things to remember before the video ends. Just remember to never let social media influence who you are as a person, and always stay true to yourself. See you guys in the next one.